Hello?
Oh, Stu. What's your motive? Billy's got one. The police are on their way. What are you gonna tell them?
Peer pressure. I'm far too sensitive.
I'm gonna rip you up, you bitch! Just like your fucking mother!
You gotta find me first, you pansy-ass mama's boy!
Fuck! Fucking hit me with the phone, Dick!
Hey guys, I'm back with another video about Scream 5, and I did talk about Stu Macher possibly returning and Matthew Lillard reprising his role as Stu Macher in Scream 5, which is still a rumor, but I have a theory. If Stu Macher returns, will he be a good guy or a bad guy? That's what we're going to discuss. Now, it's still a rumor that Matthew Lillard is coming back for Scream 5. But a lot of people think he's coming back. As I said before, I don't think that Stu Macher actually died. When the TV dropped on his head, I don't think he was completely dead. I feel like he survived that. Well, I talked about that previously in another video. But I think Stu is alive, and I think he's in prison. I think that the perfect storyline for Stu Macher, Matthew Lillard, to return for Scream 5 is to have him go to prison. Well, hey, he's been in prison for all these years for the murders that he committed in Woodsboro. However, would he still be a bad guy or a good guy? I could go either way. I would just love to see Matthew Lillard return for Scream 5. I mean, it's been a long time since the first movie, 1996, which is the year I was born, so that's 25 years ago. So, yeah. Yeah, 25 years ago was a long time ago, and yeah, 1996, it is 2021 now. So, yeah, a long time ago. I'd just be happy to see Matthew Lillard reprise his role as Stu Macher, whether he's good or bad. But here's a scenario if he was good. Now, the police have Sydney believing that Stu is dead. However, he's actually alive, and he's in prison. Now, another YouTuber came up with kind of the same generic idea, but I had this idea that they've hidden him in prison, and somehow Sydney finds out that he's alive, and she's like, he's alive? I gotta go see this. So they take her to prison. They're like, Sydney, we've been trying to hide this from you. She opens up the door. She sees Stu with stitches on his stitch marks on his face from when the TV crashed down on him. And she's like, oh my God. And Stu's like, Sydney, I've changed. You gotta believe me. I'm turning over a new leaf. I only killed those people because, well, I was peer pressured by Billy. Now she don't believe him. And then that's a small part in the movie. And now the movie progresses on. And then somehow in the movie, they say Stu Macher escaped from prison. Now that Stu has escaped from prison, she thinks that Stu is a killer or behind this murders that are happening in Woodsboro. But it's actually Stu trying to protect Sydney and trying to prove his point that he's not the killer. And then when the time comes, Stu actually saves Sydney and proves his point. He's like, see, I was not the killer. I was trying to protect you, and actually reveals who the killer is. And I think that would be a good storyline. I think that Stu saving Sydney would be great. And, I think that would work as him being a good guy. Okay, guys, I had to switch locations because everyone upstairs is being loud, so yeah, so I'm downstairs now. Anyway, to finish this video up, I'm going to tell you my thoughts if Stu Macher was a bad guy in Scream 5, if they decided to go this route. So, the same scenario as before. Sydney doesn't know he's in prison, and when she finds out, he tells her he's not a bad guy anymore. He only did it because Billy peer pressured him, and she don't believe him. he escapes from prison. And then building up, and he's like, Sydney, I'm not a bad guy. He finds her, and in the end, he's like, I was a bad guy all along. You really think I've changed? He's like, this is for Billy, and he kills as he kills someone. Ultimately, he'll probably be defeated, and I think that they would try to recreate the TV scene, but like just to make sure he's dead, they do something. And they add something to him getting he gets electrocuted by a TV again, but this time he gets shot too. That's how I think if he was a bad guy would make a good ending. But I would actually personally like him to see him as a good guy because it'd be a nice change in pace. But if it was a bad guy, he would play it up that he's a good guy. But ultimately, he'd be like, "This is for Billy. This is for what you did to Billy. He was my best friend," and like just kind of like goes on a rampage. But like, yeah, I would like to see Matthew Lillard reprise his role as Stu, regardless if he returns as a good guy or a bad guy. And yes, this is still a rumor, but these are just my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. And you guys want to see Matthew Lillard reprise his role as Stu Macher in Scream 5? Well, comment down below and let me know. Thanks, guys, and have a good day. And subscribe!